I can't take embarrassment at all. Like, like I, I remember one particular time I cut this girl off for doing this too. Like I broke up with her the next day. It was over. And I'm not that guy, but this particular instance,
What happened?
this was and everybody has, oh, this is a crazy ex-girlfriend. Every dude in the world has a crazy ex, and all of them are crazy, and that's why, you know, he had to leave or whatever bullshit. But this one was one of the real nuts. And if she's out there, maybe, I don't know if she sees this or not. Shouts out, but I'm not, I'm not going to use your name, but you know what you did. Like she knew these markers are slippery. She knew I couldn't have my phone like by law, or else I was out with my boys. This was during the weekend, and we finally had a weekend where we could just go out and do stuff. So we had some shots at the Hooters, and they was real cheap, so that's why I was at the Hooters, whatever. But we went to see Thor 2. I specifically remember we went to see Thor 2. I'm in the theater. She texts me talking about, what are you doing? Then immediately calls me. I already know she on games. Anybody that ever dealt with a crazy person, in their phone, know what type of time it is when that happens. So she called me. I'm in the movie theater. Oh, what's going on? Oh, I'm seeing Thor 2 with my boys. Oh, okay, I'm sick. I'm in the house. I called off from work. All this yada, yada, yada. Which, where y'all at? I'm at, whatever theater, right? 15 minutes into the movie, after we get off the phone, this was really awkward. A person walks into the theater, and this is all peripheral because I'm focusing on this terrible movie. Thor 2 was trash. But it was trash. I was disappointed. I see this all on my peripheral. Focusing on the screen, somebody walking to the theater looking for somebody. And it's not a movie employee looking for a bootlegger or anything, or somebody with their own food. It's like a person. But I can't tell. I can't even tell if it's a man or female at this point because I'm just staring at the screen. Then they seem to notice we all the way in the back row, so we can see everything. But I'm still focusing on the screen because it feels so awkward. I don't want to divert my gaze to the awkward energy that I'm looking. That's like hitting me right now. So the person notices my back row, like and I can see that in my periphery, and then it becomes that much more awkward. So I'm like, I can't look that way, I can't look to see what's going on because I'm just feeling like this is buggy right now. This is nasty energy coming up these stairs. I can't see, but I can feel it. So this individual keeps walking all the way up the steps, and I'm just staring. I'm just sitting there in the movie theater staring at the screen. And like my boys are kind of noticing me clam up a little bit, so they kind of like looking and like wondering what's going on. These are two of my best friends in the Navy too, and this is why it's embarrassing because it's in front of people that like, nah, you're not about to embarrass me in front of them. Anyways, this individual walked all the way to the back row, start walking towards it. I still can't look. I'm like overcome. I'm like paralyzed. I'm paralyzed in the moment. Like, this is so awkward. Like, just imagine, just put yourself in my shoes in that scenario. Like, what weirdo is coming in the theater 15 minutes into the movie, not the previews, the movie, to come sit next to, like, the empty back row. You know what I mean? It's just nasty. So like, I'm still staring straight forward, like straight. I can't look to the left or right. My boys is giggling at this point because they can tell something's up. One of them at this point, my boy Omar, I'm going to use his name because he'll laugh about this shit. I can tell he probably noticed her before I do. Sit a seat away from me, not next to me, a seat away from me. And in my peripheral, at this point, I can't even see the screen, even though I'm staring hard as fuck at the screen. My peripheral is like, because she's to the left, I see this big ass goofy fucking smile. And I'm like, I don't mean to be mean when I say that, person, but yeah, your smile was goofy as fuck, huge, like it was creeping me out at the time. So I'm like, I finally work up the energy to look to the left. There she go. You know what the fuck she says to me? Hi. Like this fucking nasty, weirdo, timid ass hi. And I'm just like, hi. Like, at this point, I'm a little bit peeved, because it's like,
Peeved.
Yes, because by this time, my boy Omar is explaining to my other dude what's going on. That's his girl. She over here stalking him. And so, like, they laughing their asses off as I'm dealing with this. On my left, my boys on my right laughing. I can't take that shit. So, she's like, and this is mean on my part. But I was mad. But it was mean. But, she's like, is this weird? I'm like, yeah, it's weird. It's real weird. And she's like, should I go? I'm like, yeah, you need, and that's mean, but I was like, yeah, you should go. Because, again, you stalked me. Now, I understand. I understand your concerns. Like, well, I don't, because, like, again, I don't have time to do shit. And, like, yeah, that was embarrassing for me because, you know, and my boy, of course, he puts it so eloquently, like, you need to keep your hoes in check, bro. That he sounds just like that. Like, he's such a bro about shit. You need to keep your hoes in check is the quote. And at that point, I was livid. Like, don't say that to me. Also, don't stalk me on my left. And like, yeah, that was pretty embarrassing. That's the story I got for that though, because I try to do as little as possible in public.